Hi, welcome to my channel. This video might trigger some people because I want to talk to those of us who are mourning something. So, if that's not something you can handle right now, then this video might not be for you at the moment, and that's okay. I send prayers of peace, love, and light to you, and I pray for God's comfort and peace unto you. May God help you through whatever it is that you might be going through right now that might be hard. Um, I'm one of those people who grew up like with my grandparents being like my parents. Even them, I spent a very short time with them, especially my grandpa. When my grandpa passed away, I didn't like when I was first told about it. I didn't react. I didn't feel any way or feel anything. So I just thought I was like, okay, I'm probably like one of those people who have like those delayed reactions, like that come late or something. I just didn't know how to act. And I've been like that since when I was younger. When there's loss in the family, I feel like there's something wrong with me. Well, I don't want to call it a loss. When someone transitions, I prefer that. I prefer to say transition because I don't see it as a loss. I felt like something is wrong with me because I didn't react the way other people react. I found myself as a child even faking like certain actions because that's what I saw the people. Like some people would be crying and rolling on the floor. I'm like, okay, I would just do what they're doing. But inside of me, I didn't feel the way people feel. And my grandpa is like, I've only seen my grandpa really for a couple of years, my entire life. And And then I left, and I was really young. I was in elementary school too, because he lived away. But anyways, when my grandpa passed, one of my uncles that I don't know called to let us know that it had happened. I happened to be the one at home, and I don't think I've spoken to this uncle before. So it's like the first time that I remember talking to this uncle is to tell me that my grandpa has transitioned. And I didn't know, honestly, how to feel about it. I didn't feel anything. But many years later, I went back home for the first time after almost 20 years. And I wanted to go see my grandpa's grave because my grandpa was buried back home. He was in Europe and his body was returned back home. And when I went to visit, I wanted to go visit his grave. And in that moment, it really hit me. It's like, first of all, before I went back home, I stopped at the country where my grandpa lived and I didn't go to my grandpa's house. And the idea like that came to me is like my grandpa is not there anymore. Like if I go in that house, he's not there anymore. And so when I went back home and I said I wanted to go see his grave, it hit me again. I'm like, but they would call my grandpa Baba. So it hit me again as like, oh, like the only place now we would say to visit Baba, it would be like in the graveyard. Of course, I know the spirit doesn't stay there, but still, it's like that realization that there's no, like in the physical, I couldn't see him anymore. Like I couldn't, like there's no Baba in the physical anymore to speak to see. When I was in the country where he lived, like his home is there, but he's not there. And when I was back home, the only place that I could visit was his grave. So with that realization, it didn't feel good. And I thought about it and I thought of my grandma who's still living. And my grandma is like one of my favorite people in the world that I really treasure. And I do really care about my grandpa too, but I'm much like more connected with my grandma. And I thought about like what my grandma means to me and what my grandpa means to me. And I felt gratitude. I felt gratitude for the time that I got to spend and get to know my grandpa. And I feel gratitude for the time that I get to spend with my grandma now. And I thought about it to accept that is that realization that everyone is here temporary. Everyone in our lives, even the people that we care and love, are here temporarily. And I'm like, what's more important and what that's I should I realized then to accept is how precious the time that we have with the ones who are still here. I'm like, yes, my grandpa is no more in the physical, but what are the memories that I have of my grandpa, of the time that I spent with him? I'm grateful for those moments. I'm grateful for those times. And I realized that my grandma is still here, but she's not going to be here forever, just like I'm not going to be here forever. So I want to treasure the moments that I have with her now. If there are things that I can do that I would want to do for her, then I want to do them now. One of the things that I also learned with my grandma's passing is that feeling of regret. Like my mom's response to feeling like she expressed something where she felt like she couldn't be there for her father. In my line of work and the line of work that my mom used to do, it's like we take care of people, we take care of the elderly. It's like the things that you're doing for other people, you're not being able to be bring that kind of service to those whom you care about when they need you. Sometimes that can be a hard reality. I look at my grandma and the situation of my grandma, even my grandpa who transitioned, as something that I am grateful for. I'm like, God, I know they're not here for forever, but I'm grateful that they are part of my life. I am grateful that my grandma is my grandma. I am grateful for the role that she has played in my life. I'm grateful to be a granddaughter. I'm grateful to be my grandpa's granddaughter. And I'm grateful for the fact that I got to know them, even if I didn't spend a lot of time with them. I'm saying this, I did not plan to talk about this. So my voice is shaking and I'm feeling emotional because this is not what I planned to talk about. This is not how I was going about it. So I'm just flowing. But yeah, understanding that the memories are significant and the relationship and the connections that I've had or have with them is really precious and matters to me. And with that understanding, I want to treasure my grandma and understand that she also will transition at some point. And I might transition, I don't know which one of us might go first, but regardless of the case, I want to make the best of the moment that is here now. And I want to treasure the memories that I've had with my grandpa. And fast forward, like this 2023, one of the moments that I always remember my grandpa is when it comes to school. Because I struggled a lot to focus when it comes to school, to find my way, what I want to do, and actually feeling motivated and doing my part when it comes to school. I struggled a lot with that. I wanted to quit so many times. I have quit so many times. I said I'm going to quit. I have given up so many times in my school journey, and that's what prolonged it a lot. But when I remember how much my grandpa believed in me, one of the things he believed in me and believed that I was, he always said that I was smart. The one person that I could think of that reminded me that I was smart and I could do things especially when it comes to school, it was my grandpa. And that's one of the things, the positive things that I carry about him. And so when I feel somehow, I try to remember the fact that he believed in me and try to use that to motivate me. When I had my graduation, I'm like, the one person that I feel like saw these moments for me would have been him. And the person that I would have wanted to be there for me would have been him as well, and my grandma. I'm the person that I like to acknowledge those who have been a part of my journey. So when I'm being recognized for something, I've reached the point that I wanted to reach. I like to remember those who've been there in the journey, and I want them to be there for me. I want them to I want them to know that they played a role. I want to show appreciation. I let them know that I appreciate and I understand that I did not get to this point without their contributions along the way, no matter what form that they might have contributed. And that's one of the reasons why more I wanted my grandpa to be there. And I look back at moments like having my graduation or achieving anything and think of the people who have been in my life and the ways that they have contributed to get me to where, for me to get to where I got. So maybe somebody watching this, you can relate. Maybe you had somebody who was in your life, maybe much more than even me, because I didn't spend a lot of time with my grandparents like that, especially my grandpa. But I still feel connected to my grandpa. But maybe for you, it's somebody that like really raised you and somebody that's been your rock, somebody that has been your partner in crime, as they would say, always there with you. Like somebody that maybe they them passing on was not something that you even expected. This person was so involved in your life that you didn't imagine and think that this moment would come. Maybe the way they transitioned was so unexpected. Like you didn't expect it. It's like you just saw this person and you separated for like a short period of time. It's like you see them in the morning and later in the day you get the message that, something happened. Or maybe you even it was something last night. You just saw them. It felt like the transition felt like out of the blue. And you don't know how to cope, you don't know how to react because it's like it almost feels unfair. Like, or somebody that is such a good person, that something happened to them that you can't understand why. There was this guy that I knew in middle school that he was so sweet. We respected him, I remember, and something happened to him, and up to it's been years, and up until now, from the memory that I have of him, I cannot imagine anyone having the heart to want to do that boy any harm because of the person who he was. It was just, those people that just carry that positive spirit. It's like when you're around them, when they're around, there's joy. Like there's just this positive energy that it cannot be explained. And then something happens to them and it makes you wonder, why do bad things happen to good people? Because of all the people, this is not the person that you would think something so tragic could happen to because of the person who they were. And it makes you question the fairness of this world, of this reality. Why do why do bad things happen to good people? Because this person did not deserve it. They did not deserve the way they passed on. They did not deserve the way it happened to them. Maybe be like, oh, they were too young. They still had more they wanted to do, or they were too good of a person for it to be their time yet. You just felt like there was more, or it shouldn't have happened that way. But it did. It did happen, and they transgressed, they passed on, and they're no longer here. And you've been having a hard time coping and accepting that. They were either someone you really cared about and meant a lot to you, or they were someone who you just knew because of who they are, or both. What I want to remind us, and hopefully, I don't know if this is going to help, is that the memories matter. The time that you spent with this person matters. I was watching a video, and the person said in the video that there are some souls that come here for specific timings and specific purposes. Some come, and their purpose was just to come here for a few seconds. I want to say something to the ones who lost a parent. I remember watching this video from Adrienne Bailon, and she said something like she likes looking at herself and knowing that she has parts of her parents. When our parents pass on, our family members, grandparents, they still live on through us. Like when you look at yourself, there's a part of you, there's a part of your dad, there's a part of your mom that you have. You're literally like 50% each one of them, and and those who came before them. You might have your dad's eyes, your dad's, maybe your mom's eyes or body shape. Physically, you resemble them. You might resemble outwardly one more than the other, but on the inside, you have both of them. Both of their bloods and their genes are still on this earth through you because you're still here. And you might even have like dreams and interests that is in common with them, or in common with your grandparents or those who came before you. There's certain habits, parts of your personality that is the same as your family members. Now your family members that have passed on. So in a way, they live through you. You, in a way, it's almost like you are them still in the flesh because your genetic makeup is from them. They're not here, but you're here. And because you're here, they are still here. You embody a lot of things from them. Who you are and what you are, genetically and even like personality wise, is a makeup of those who came before you sometimes. From what I understand a little bit. There's always more to everything. So, in that sense, they're still here because you're still here. And with the times that you've spent with them, the things that you know about them, there's still things that the hopes that they had for you, the things that they prayed for you, the things that they've prayed that you may or may not even know, that's going to come, that they hope to come true for you or through you. So as you live your life and achieve things, it's like their dreams are also coming true because you are living in the answered prayers. What they prayed for and hoped for and dreamed for are happening through you and for you. So if they ran the race, all the work that they did running, holding that baton, now they've put it in your hands and you're carrying it. That baton is a representation of everything that they have contributed to your lineage and contributed in raising you. That now they put in your hand that you have to carry through the journey of your own race, of your part of the race, and for the next people who come after you as well. I think the wish of most parents is to see their children living well, to have enough, and to live the life that brings them contentment and fulfillment, where they won't lack anything. So maybe one of the best things you can do for them now is to take care of yourself and try to live the best life that you can. If you saw them, if they were one of the things that you're grateful for them, was the fact that they cared about you and sacrificed and did so much for your well being. They tried so hard to give you the life that they never had. Then maintain that dream by taking care of yourself. You know what they would have wanted. What they wanted was for you to be okay and to have enough. Then keep that up by taking care of yourself. They might not be in the physical, but they might be in the spirit. And it can bring them peace and ease to know that you're doing well, much more than anything else. Find the courage and the strength to keep going for their sake. You are the precious little girl, the precious little boy that they wanted so much goodness for, that they might have prayed for and wished well. Some of them, some of you, you didn't get a chance to actually experience your parents or certain loved ones. You didn't get to see them play a certain role that they meant to play. It could be grandparents or uncles or aunts, cousins, or whatever it may be, siblings that you never got to experience what life would be like if they were here. And I know that that can be hard when we are in a society where there's a certain standard that is considered normal, or there's a certain way that for most people, your life compared to most people, your experience compared to most people doesn't seem to line up. It makes you feel like you're not normal because you don't seem to have what is considered normal. Being in a home where you have both parents, having a family where you have all these different roles that's filled up. For some of you, although you might not have had both parents or either of them, you've had people who fulfilled those roles and truly care for you. And I know some of you are grateful if you've had people who have fulfilled roles that's not biologically theirs. And they have done a good job. But I know sometimes, even when you do have someone else fulfilling certain roles, sometimes there's part of us that still wish that those who are biologically supposed to be in those roles play those roles. Sometimes we wish that those people that are no longer with us in the physical were still here and playing their roles. And it's okay to feel that way. It doesn't mean that you are ungrateful for wishing that someone was here, for missing someone, for mourning someone. And I've heard that grief is something that it can take time. Sometimes it feels like everything is okay, and sometimes it might catch you out of the blue. What I want to say is to give yourself grace. In moments when you feel like mourning something, where you feel like crying or anything like that, allow yourself to release. Allow yourself to mourn. Allow yourself to feel what you feel in that moment. Excuse yourself to allow your body to experience and feel what it wants to experience in that moment so you can release it. And I want you to also try your best after you release to pick yourself back up and keep going. Because as you do that, you're getting back up not just for yourself, but for those people who you who you know have contributed so much for your well being and would want you to be okay. Sometimes I think I'm like, if I was to pass on, how do I want those whom I care about to be and feel? And I personally, the best thing that I would want for them is for them to be okay. I want them to live their best life. If there was anything that I contributed positively in their lives, whether it was advice or something that I've given them, I would want them to use the things that I might have contributed positively to better themselves. I want to see them do well. Like my spirit would be more at peace seeing them living their best life as safely as and as much as they can than to see them sad all the time and all of that. But I do understand. I do understand. If someone, I'm saying that, I'm saying it's okay to feel how you feel. But I want to encourage you also to get back up, to try to get back up and keep going. Keep going for those who believed in you. Keep going for those who invested in you. in all the ways that they did. Keep going for your parents. Keep going for your grandparents. Keep going for those who have made positive contributions in your life. Keep going for those who believed in you, who believe in you. Keep going for yourself. The best thing that they want you to know, that what they want for you is for you to be okay and for you to live your best life, whatever that means to you. Don't overthink. I know there can be regrets when it comes to death and people passing on. We have those moments where there's so much what we wish we had done, we wish we had said. Maybe write those things down. If you have things bottled up that you regret not doing for someone who's no longer here or not saying, write them a letter, pray over it, and maybe burn it. Like, write it and burn it. Do something that helps you release it. Maybe you can express it in a form of art, because for some people, like, it helps them when their artistic abilities helps them. It's a form of expression that helps them release. Find a way to release those things through writing or through artistic means, or just sitting there and talking as if you're talking to that person and saying everything that you wanted to say, but release it and pray. Whatever it's hard for you to release at the moment, whatever feelings and emotions you're really struggling with badly, seek professional help that resonates with you and that you can afford and you think and know that might be helpful to you. But also pray. Pray and seek divine help and support to get you through the things that are when it gets too hard, or the things that you need support and help in. Knowing the things you know about those people, what do you think they would want for you right now? How do you think they would want you to be living right now? Think about those things if you find it hard to get back up. Maybe something about their care and their hopes and dreams and love might help. But only do these things if it helps. Um, like I always say in this channel, I'm just speaking here, reflecting, sharing my opinions, sharing my thoughts. I don't know specific situations. I'm just speaking in general for the most part. But it's you are the one who know your situation. You know what works best for you. Whether this resonates or not, this is your message or not, I don't know that. Only you know. Remember that you never have to take anything that I say. I do think there's a reason why I say the things that I say. That I'm saying there's a reason why you're listening to this. Maybe something here might resonate. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to be discerning about how you receive and take and interpret these messages and what you choose to do. Do what is best for you. But I'm rooting for you. I'm praying for you. And I pray that God gives us all comfort, the comfort that only God can provide, the peace that only God can provide for every single person watching this video. I pray for divine comfort